Today we learn how to use the functional interface in Java. So in order to understand the use case for functional interface, let's take an example. So we take a class A. This class A has a reference to class B and it has a method which takes a string type of argument and then checks the value of the string type. And based on the value of the string type, it calls the corresponding method of class B. So if type 1 is sent in the argument, then it calls B's method 1. If type 2 is sent, then it calls B's method 2. And similarly, if the nth type is sent in the input, it calls B's nth method. So this is the behavior of class A. And now if we try to look at the other class, which is here, which is class B. Now class B again has a reference to another class C, and it takes an integer argument which is sent from class A. And if method 1 of class B is called, it simply calls method 1 of class C. If method 2 of class B is called, it simply calls method 2 of class C. And similarly, if nth method of class B it's called, it calls nth method of class C. Now let's look at class C. It has n methods, and what it does is it prints the name of the method and appends the input argument into it, and it sends as a string in return. So for method 1, it adds method 1 and the input argument, and it sends. Similarly for method 2, it adds the method name method 2 and the input argument. And similarly for the nth method, it adds method n with the input argument, and it sends back. Now friends, if we see, our class B is just acting like a mediator. It is taking request from class A and sending the request to class C. Now we will see how can we modify our class B to use the function interface. So now our new class B will just have one method, and it will have an additional argument. The additional argument will be a function which will take a type of integer and return a type of string, and an integer which it was taking earlier as well. And it will not do anything special. It will simply call the apply method of the function, and it will pass the input integer argument which it was receiving. So earlier there were many methods, and then by using this function interface, now we have only one method. But now we need to do some change in class A also, since the signature of class B has changed. Now when calling the method of class B, class A will also pass the corresponding method of class C which needs to be called. So class B will just be calling the method of class C, which it was doing earlier also. So if it wants to call the method 1, it will pass the method 1 argument. If it wants to call method 2 of class C, it will pass the method 2 argument. And if it wants to call the method n of class C, it will pass the method n argument. And if we see our class C, there will be no change in our class C. It was earlier also printing the method name with the argument and returning. It will continue to do the same. So there is absolutely no change in class C. So friends, if we see, by using the function interface, we have reduced the number of methods in class B from n to 1. Earlier also, the purpose of class B was to call the corresponding method of class C, which it is doing now also. Only difference is it is now asking A, you tell me which method of C I need to call. So in this way, the benefit which we are getting by using function interfaces, we are able to reduce the length of our code. And this is a very advantageous point in programming. Whenever you are able to achieve the same functionality by using less lines of code, this means that chances of bugs occurring in your code are also reduced. So it will be a less buggy code, or the risk of bugs will be lesser. So friends, once again, I thank you for watching my video. If you like this, don't forget to share it on your Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and also subscribe to my channel and do give this video a thumbs up as well. Thanks a lot. Goodbye.